Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Matt from WWE Attitude Era Fan. Standing outside in the rain right now, but I thought I should come out here no matter it's still raining, because Facebook and like Twitter and all kinds of wrestling groups and YouTube, it's going crazy right now. Even Hulk Hogan posted something tonight, that tonight is the 25th anniversary. July 7th, 1996 is when the NWO was formed. It was Bash of the Beach, and it was Nash and Hall teaming up against, or they're going to face against Sting and Randy Savage. And there's supposed to be a third man to come in, but nobody knew who the third man was. And all of a sudden, the third man comes in, and everybody thinks that Hulk Hogan's coming here to save the day. But actually, Hulk Hogan turns on them, turns on WCW, and joins Nash and Hall, and become Hollywood Hulk Hogan. But eventually, it just became Hollywood Hogan. And they formed the NWO. The NWO was so huge, and everybody was so mad because nobody ever had a clue or even thought about Hulk Hogan becoming a bad guy. And I think Hulk Hogan, he's up there as one of the top bad guys of all time. I think because he was awesome. He was really good. He was great. He's a great good guy, but he was a very good bad guy as well. So I rank him up there with Ric Flair and Triple H for being the top heels of all time. But the NWO was so huge because they were so bad, and they're always doing crazy things. They're always well, the main thing was the NWO was the New World Order was supposed to come and take over WCW, and when it was pretty much did. Like, they kicked everybody's ass. Like, everybody got a beating. Like Flair, everybody I got a drop on my phone here, but everybody got their ass kicked from the NWO. So what if you're going to get your ass kicked every night by the NWO? Why not join the NWO? And the entire roster was part of the NWO. But the only one guy who didn't eventually turn down NWO was Sting. Sting was he was pissed off all this because Hogan turned, and he was off for a little bit, but he came back as the Crow Sting. And which I'm with the white face paint and kind of like the long coat, kind of like Undertaker. And so he came back, and then there's a big year and a half build up for 1997 Starrcade, which was a huge moneymaker for WCW, but the match itself sucked. It was the biggest flop of all time. It was not very good, but Sting was supposed to be the hero for WCW to finally stand up to the NWO and beat them. He did. It was a really botched match. It's supposed to be a fast count, but it was a regular count. The referee kind of screwed that up, and then Bret Hart came in and he restarted the match because he thought nobody should get screwed. On what he did back in, it was a month previous, the Survivor Series. Starrcade '97 was a month later. So he restarted the match. Sting puts Hogan in the sharpshooter, rings the bell. Sting's the world champion. But eventually, I think the next night, Sting had to forfeit the belt because it was not a right. It was not it wasn't a proper count or something like that. So, but eventually the real hero that came along was Goldberg. He kicked everybody's ass. He's like, okay, you guys want to fight? I'll fight you. He beat everybody, and eventually he beat Hogan July 6th, which is anniversary yesterday, in the Georgia Dome, to win the World Championship. And that pretty much, well, I may continue to fight NWO guys, but eventually he beat them all. And he was the hero, and he's one of my heroes. He was my superhero. So yeah, today is a big day in wrestling history, and because the NWO was so big and successful, WCW went on 84 win rating streak, I guess. 84 weeks in a row. They beat Raw because their content was so good. The NWO was a huge success, and it put WCW on the map, and very close, almost put WWF out of business. But then the problem with Bischoff, I don't know what happened there, but the NWO started to get stale, and WWF started the Attitude Era, and huge comeback for the WWF, and they put WCW out of business. So either way, either way, each brand had an opportunity to win. So that's what made it cool, the Monday Night Wars. So everybody, thanks for watching. I just want to give you a little quick note. That today's the 25th anniversary since Hulk Hogan became a bad guy and formed the NWO. It is a big day in wrestling history. Even if you are a WWF fan or WCW fan, it kind of all kind of ties in. And actually, the NWO came back to WWF in 2002, but it only lasted a month or so because Hogan fought The Rock at WrestleMania 18 in Toronto, and he got massive cheers for him. So like, we'll scrap that idea. Hogan's a good guy again, and a few weeks later, like literally a few weeks later, like 2 weeks later, he became Hulkamania again. The red and yellow was back. So and I guess that was the end of the NWO. I think it may went on to maybe June or so, but then eventually it just disappeared. And this past year for WrestleMania, the NWO went into the WWE Hall of Fame. So that's good. Probably next will be DX or something. Yeah. So I think DX was kind of it was kind of an attempt to compete with the NWO. The NWO was so huge. I can talk about the NWO all day long, but we won't because I don't know. They got things to do, eh? All right, so I just wanted to give you a little video because everybody else is talking about it. I thought I should talk about it too. All right. Well, thanks so much for watching, everybody. Please subscribe to the channel. And next week we're gonna have a little action figure match. You definitely want to see it. Okay. Have a good night, everybody.